This framing chisel was made well over 100 years ago. In less than 5 minutes, I am going to take you through my entire restoration process, which took me many hours. These hours have successfully brought the chisel back to life. I won this chisel in an eBay auction, and when I became its new caretaker, I thought it was a little bit too rusty. So, I went over to my local hardware store and picked up a Vapo Rust. It's a pretty cool product because you just let your rusty item soak in it for a few days, and that's exactly what I did. By having the rust removed, we can see that this chisel has nice and dark laminated tool steel. Whoa! The laminated tool steel has a higher carbon content than the rest of the steel which makes up the chisel, and this will allow the edge, once sharpened, to stay nice and sharp. Unfortunately, the original handle lost its tight fit, so I went through eBay and got a brand new hickory handle that fits tightly. Because I like to have my wooden handles modestly smooth, I sanded it down with 180 grit sandpaper. This grit still kept the pores open for boiled linseed oil. Ah, yes, professional. I personally really like what boiled linseed oil does to a wooden handle. It just pops the grain and it makes the wood feel a bit better. Oh yeah, look at that handle. Alrighty, time to flatten this chisel with a 325 grit diamond whetstone. The purpose for achieving a flat back on a chisel is so when you're cutting joinery for a timber frame structure, the joinery itself has flat surfaces, and these consistent flat surfaces will allow all the pieces to come together nicely. The laminated tool steel on this particular chisel turned out to be pretty darn hard, so many hours were actually needed to grind this chisel flat. Luckily, I had a few mallard ducks who kept me company during some of the flattening process. In addition to flattening the chisel's back, I also slightly flattened each side, and these flat sides will hopefully yield some nice and square cuts. Once more, I am professionally applying boiled linseed oil to a paper towel, and this is to get a second coat of oil onto the hickory handle. The final grinding needed for the chisel was for the bevel, and because the chisel is 2 inches wide at the edge, there was so much material to hold on to that I ground the bevel freehand, and as you can see, it came out pretty consistent. I also ground in a micro bevel, and the micro bevel will effectively make the edge more durable. The diamond whetstone I'm using also has a 1200 grit side, so with this grit, I polished up the surfaces. Voila! The final part of my sharpening process involves green stropping compound. You can think of stropping compound as like a fine grit clay, and I use it here to take the ground surfaces of the bevel and the back of the chisel to a more refined, polished state. To align the fine crystals of steel at the edge of the chisel, I just used the leather side of the strop, and here is the final result. To protect the chisel when I am not using it, I have a Robert Sorby leather chisel guard. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe! And like or dislike the video to let me know what you think.